Ladies and gentlemen, 18th of June this year to 19th of August this year, Jupiter will be in the zodiac sign of Cancer, but within that, Pushya Nakshatra. Pushya Nakshatra is exactly where Jupiter gets exalted. 5 degrees of Cancer is where Pushya Nakshatra is, and that is exactly where the highest exaltation, peak exaltation of Jupiter occurs. So, this is a fantastic period to get money, to get married, to get this, get that. No, that depends on your chart. Just because this is an exaltation transit and Pushya Nakshatra is where the peak exaltation occurs, don't just randomly believe that this will be good for you or bad for you. Don't. Mostly 99% of the people are like, oh, this is Jupiter's exaltation transit, it will be great. Well, it could be great, but maybe not in ways that you like. All right. So, therefore, please understand you need to get the generics of this transit first. And then I'll also tell you how to apply this for your chart. But even then, it will be generic. I cannot make 7 billion videos for 7 billion people. All right. So, I'll give you the generic rules. Apply it in your chart yourself if you can. All right. So, if you're new, don't forget to subscribe to Exotic Astrology. And if you make it till the end, please don't forget with the thumbs up and share it with your friends and family who is obsessed about Guru's exaltation, right? And if you want a personalized horoscope consultation from me, you can always go to my website down in the description section. God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you will find him like you are seeing somebody. I don't know, it's occurring this side or that side. Zoom reverses it sometimes. All right, so Jupiter's exaltation. Now, what is Jupiter? What is exaltation? What is peak exaltation? Well, exaltation does not mean good, debilitation does not mean bad. Exaltation simply means the planet is very aware. What does it mean to be aware? It means to know what you should do and what you should not. Yes, this is what it means to be aware. So that inherently means now, regarding the two houses that Jupiter rules in your chart, as per your ascendant, your lagna, your rising sign, you should develop some level of awareness and knowledge in regards to what is right and what is wrong. Right for what, wrong for what? Well, right for your overall life, not just that area of life. So for example, if Guru is your 10th Lord, not just good for your career, good for your overall life through the 10th house. Okay, so what should I do in my career which will make me happy overall, which will improve every damn area of my life. All right. So, not just that area, but yes, your focus has to be in that particular area of life, but your agenda should not be that particular area of life. Your agenda should be every single area of my life. If Guru is lording the 10th house, sorry, the 7th house, yes, your focus should be marriage, but your focus should be to improve my marriage because I want to improve every single area of my life. I want to improve my health, my career, my hobbies, everything. All right. Otherwise, you will be misled because this transit can make you hyper aware. Why hyper aware? Because this is like hyper exaltation in Pushya, it's like peak exaltation. Imagine, so this will give you peak awareness. Now, is that always good? Or is there always bad? Or is it somewhere in between? Well, the answer is it depends on you and your chart and your behavior, your attitude, your existing level of awareness. So, for example, if you are already very aware, so suppose Guru is your 10th Lord, or Guru is your 6th Lord, or Guru is your 2nd Lord, 11th Lord, these four houses control your finances. So, if Jupiter is ruling your 2nd, 6th, 10th, or 11th, then it can happen depending on who you are, you may be a bit aware that yes, this is what my profession should be, this is what my domain should be, this is, should I be an employee, should I become an entrepreneur, should I be self-employed or freelancer, or should I be into contract, should I be into sales, should I be into software, should I be into architecture, should I be into front end, back end, whatever. You might have some level of awareness, but now that awareness will most likely increase, or it should increase rather. But that does not mean it will just be magically good. Okay, don't be misled by this good and bad. So that means, suppose you know Jupiter is lording either your second, sixth, 10th, or 11th. Okay, now there is a possibility that you discover some hidden traits within you, or somebody comes and tells you, or you get to know it from somewhere, or you kind of introspect and see, or you get some indirect hints, "Oh, this is working, that's not working." So then now you know what you should work on and what you should not. But again, you have to do the work, right? It's not like, oh, it's happening, so it's going to be great for everybody. It's not like that. Why I'm stressing on this good bad again and again? Because Jupiter is transiting into the sign of Cancer on 2nd June itself. And yeah, so many messages I've been receiving, especially Instagram DMs and May emails, YouTube comments. People are like flooded with euphoria. They're like, oh my God, that's it, like Jupiter is exalted. It will be exalted. Oh my God, la la, la la, la la, la la, gaga, whatever. They are just believing it's gonna be magic. Okay, it does not work like that, and it ideally should not work like that. But one thing is certain: your awareness will increase. So what should you do with that awareness? Well, put it to work. That's it. Simple. No complicated 5 hour long answer. Oh, this is awareness, that is awareness, this will happen, that will happen. No, simple. See where you are doing good and where you are doing bad, and try to improve the things that you are already doing good, where you are doing good already, and try to manage the things where you are not doing the best. Okay, that's it. That is the only thing that you need from this transit. Now, peak exaltation means that is the highest point where Jupiter is fully aware. And interestingly, that comes in the first pada of Pushya. Yeah, first pada, right? It's not in the second, not in the third, not in the fourth. First pada, which means if you have any planet in the first pada of Pushya Nakshatra, it will be in Leo Navamsha. All right. Now, this is interesting because this is a very powerful position to make a decision. See, Leo Navamsha means you are making a decision. What is that decision? That will depend on your chart, but you are making a decision, and that decision is very important for that particular area of life. So that means whichever houses Jupiter is ruling, now it is a time to make a final decision. I have also said this in context of Saturn in Revati. If you watch my video, I have said Revati is where the final audit begins. And Revati is where Saturn is transiting now from 17th May onwards, if I'm correct. So that means there will be audit. So many people have messaged me, emailed me by saying, yes, this has happened, breakup has happened, marriage has broken, this has happened, that happened, good, bad, good, bad, good, bad, everything in black and white categories. But because of Revati and because of Pushya Nakshatra, this is a phenomenal time to change the direction of your life. Imagine the railway tracks. If there is some split in the beginning, like this, they will end up in a totally different direction. Okay, so you are one decision away from a massive transformation, from a great life. So if you don't make that transformation, if you don't decide to have that transition, rather, you can never have that level of transformation. And when you don't have that level of transformation, you will remain where you are. And because of that, what will happen? Another 12 years will go. Again, after 12 years around, Jupiter will come back into the sign of Cancer and then again in Pushya. So, yes, now it is the time that you make a final decision. So, suppose Guru is lording your second, seventh, or 11th, then there could be things related to marriage, and you might have to make a decision. Do you want to stay in this marriage, or do you want to walk out of this marriage for good reasons? Or maybe you want to get married to somebody. So now you will be forced, because of Leona Vamsha, you will be forced to make a decision which is very important for you. It may be a good decision, it may be a bad decision, it may be a easy decision, it may be a tough decision. Okay, I'm not I'm not giving you parameters like, okay, it is good bad, or easy tough tough easy. I'm not saying all this, okay, but it is for your larger good, because every planet wants to do good to you. So if you are feeling that now there is something which is making or breaking me, then take a decision, and it will certainly be the houses related to Jupiter's lordships, okay. So therefore, uh, understand Leo Navamsha is also active, and this means you will see what is Leo. Leo is the sign of the king, right? So it's like, the king has made a decision. So now you have to make that decision, and the decision may be something that you like, it may be something that you don't like. But at the end, if you don't make that decision, the price will be more. The price of staying here will be much higher than the pain of moving somewhere else. Okay. So therefore, I'm not saying that if Guru is your second lord, seventh lord, 11th lord, you have to necessarily divorce. I'm not saying all this, okay? But there will be a need of change within your marriage. Now, what kind of change that is, that will depend on your chart, your Mahadasha and your Antardasha. Yes, Vimshotri, then there's Gemini, then there is Narayan Dasha, this Dasha, that Dasha. There are Dashas from numerology also. But at the end, you need to understand this is a period where I have to check my awareness, and then I have to make a decision. And the moment I do it, it will completely transform my life. And if I don't do it, it will make my life more and more miserable. And along with this, if you feel you are confused, you can always chant Om Namo Bhagavate Shri Vamanaya. This mantra 108 times every day, morning in a mala, you can chant. You can fast on Thursdays. You can donate ghee to any Krishna, Vishnu, or Ram temple on Thursdays. You can do all these things. That will actually give you more power from within. And you can also read the eighth canto, number eighth canto of the Srimad Bhagavatam, where you will find the pastime of Bali Maharaj. And Bali Maharaj is the one for whom Vamandev had appeared, to take three steps of land. Bali Maharaj is one of the 12 Mahajans, very, very, very great personality, right? So therefore, he's not an ordinary personality. Bali Maharaj knew that Vamandev is the supreme personality of Godhead. He's non different from Sri Hari Vishnu himself. And this is very interesting. Generally, Guru means, the Guru, but if you see in this case, Bali Maharaj actually rejected the instruction of his Guru. Was his Guru Shukracharya, Daitya Guru Shukracharya. Shukracharya categorically warned him, hey, this is non-different from Sri Hari Vishnu. He's the supreme personality of Godhead. He will strip you and strip you of everything. He will take away everything. Don't give him this promise that he will give him three, what is that? Three, yeah, steps of land. But Bali Maharaj disobeyed his Guru because he knew that Vamandev was the supreme personality of Godhead, and there's no other rule, there's no higher regulation, there's no other recommendation apart. The highest recommendation is, as the Srimad Bhagavatam says, that the goal of everything should be if Lord Hari is pleased. Okay, if that is not happening, then everything else is useless. Okay, he knew this. Okay, so therefore, during this period, there could be a situation in your life where you have elders, where you have your husband, your wife, your father, grandfather, mother, grandmother, anybody, your in-laws, mother-in-law, father-in-law, anybody. They might say things which apparently looks like is good for you, but actually is not good for you. Okay, so therefore, if you are confronted with a situation where you have elders in the family, could be your guru also. Okay, and they are saying things which are not matching with the scriptural injunctions, then you might have to humbly decline, you might have to deny, and you might also have to do exactly the opposite of what you are doing. All right, so therefore, because see, this is a period where you have to make decisions. So if you don't make a decision during this time with awareness, of course, you will be in a position that you regret later. All right, so I hope this video helped you, and you now can see what is going on in your chart. All right, God is there with you all the time. Just look to him and you'll find him. If you want a consultation, you can go to my website down below, and don't forget to the thumbs up and subscribe to Exotic Astrology. Jai Siya Ram. Take care.